This week, the PTV crew finds solutions for unbalanced tires. Find cool custom Jeep parts. Make upgrades to an LS engine. And learn how to get record-breaking performance on and off the track. Next on Performance TV, presented by Topo.
Welcome to Performance TV presented by Topo. We've got a great show for you this week. Now, you know I love technology. It makes things better and more efficient. Maybe in no better example than the torque converter. Marty Chance is in the house. Marty, we got some converters, we got some race cars and hot rods. What are we learning about this week?
Our bolt-together converters have taken over heads-up drag racing, and in a modern race car, it's all about tunability. Our torque converters don't just have a few stators. The stators are almost infinitely variable. For example, for a converter like this, we'll build a stator from 20 degrees to 50 degrees in every 2.5 degree increments. And not only that, but the blade counts. Like, you could have as many as 20 blades, as few as 7 blades. We also build them in X and A factors, which are stators that have a slightly higher torque multiplication. There's also an R factor. That's something we've never talked about publicly. It's a technology we designed probably more than a decade ago. Basically what it is, it's a technology that allows us to advance or retard the stator like you would advance or retard a camshaft, which is to say we can make the stator stay in a torque multiplying mode longer or come out sooner.
So you're speaking another language to a lot of people out there, but there are a lot of people that understand exactly what you're saying. Bottom line is we're talking about winning races and getting the most out of the parts and pieces you've already paid for to go racing with. This adjustability is the difference between winning and losing.
Right, absolutely. A modern race car has to have the ability to tune for a track condition or any situation that may come up. And this torque converter is the most tunable converter ever conceived.
Now, you have been doing this for many years, but we are seeing like champions and race winners, whether it be on outlawed tracks or national event tracks, they're using your converters.
Yeah, that's true. We've set records and won championships all over the world. And this converter, the bolt-together converter, we brought this to the industry almost 35 years ago. So we've been doing this a long time. The technology in-house is just phenomenal.
Let's talk about some of the customer service that you offer, because people are like, okay, I want to win races, but where is my spot with Neil Chance Racing converters? If they have something unique that they want to do, maybe a combination that they need put together unique for their combination, how do you handle that?
When a customer has his Neil Chance converter out, he runs it, the best thing we can do for him is to link up through the internet with them, take a look at their data. So they'll have their data log on their computer, we'll link screens to the internet, we'll be able to read that data and then show them how to advance their program.
And depends, 5,000 horsepower Pro Mods, 1,500 horsepower showdown cars, or just a really powerful street car, you've got something for them.
Absolutely. The technology we developed in the racing world to win all these championships, we did the same thing with the street performance car, because today's modern street rod is nothing to have 700, 1,000, 1,200 horsepower in a street-driven car that runs on pump gas. And that same technology, we developed a converter that's very user-friendly, very inexpensive. A converter like this starts at like $1,000.
And a lot of people think, like, oh my goodness, Neil Chance Racing converters, that's just for Pro Mod cars, and that's not the case.
Not the case. The popular hot rodding scene today has, whether it's a boosted LS or any other type of hot rod with a big block Chevy or a Ford or whatever, if it's got an overdrive transmission with a lockup converter, say the 4-speed and 6-speed overdrive lockups, that's the kind of street rod performance converters we're talking about, one just like this one.
Performance and drivability, which I think is everybody's goal with a powerful street car.
Right, absolutely. In fact, we even have a lot of people that'll ask us, well, I've put a supercharger on my car, I've put a turbocharger on my car, why do I need a converter? Well, that factory converter was designed for the factory power curve of a stock motor. So when you boost it and you make a lot more power, you throw nitrous on it or whatever, you've changed the power curve, the converter needs to be adjusted for that.
Good point. You can spend all that money on a supercharger. Go the extra mile. Performance, adjustability, drivability, and maybe even a race win. If you are looking for that, hit their website. Marty's got it going on. And we've got a lot more to come on this edition of Performance TV presented by Topo.
And now for a little performance TV trivia. Alan Breed made a major automotive breakthrough in 1968. His sensor and safety system was the world's first electromechanical airbag system. The Oldsmobile Toronado was the first car made available to the public with an optional passenger airbag. In what year was it first offered? It was 1973. More Performance TV still to come. Performance TV, presented by Topcoat, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. PPEI Custom Tunings, redefining the limits. 8H Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. Roush Diesel, always thinking outside the box. And by Topcoat, the best coatings in the world.
This is one hot-looking 67 Chevy, too. And what makes it even cooler is it's got an LS power plant. The LS by Chevy came around in the mid-90s. 1997 C5 Corvette, the first car. And what has happened is a revolution in the hot rodding industry. Now you can go back to a junkyard, dig something out, very inexpensive, and make it your own. Jimmy is in the house from LSX Innovations, and that's what you guys specialize in, the bolt-on brackets, parts pieces that make all the accessories work on an LS power plant. Tell us what we're looking at here.
So in here, I've assembled a AC32 truck spacing AC compressor bracket. It holds a Sandin SD5 or SD7 7-rib compressor. Allows you to get that old school look of a compressor with your LS swap. On this side, we did a BD11 bracket, also truck spacing. Allows you to use your factory power steering pump off of a truck engine, truck alternator as well. So you don't have to buy new accessories to make anything fit. It just all bolts onto this bracket.
This is the hot rod culture. Back in the day, you'd go pull something out of a junkyard and go race it or cruise it around in your little hot rod. You're doing the same thing, but we've all got to have air conditioning these days, and that's what you're helping out with.
Yeah, so today I'm going to install the Sandin compressor on here. Show a little trick way that I do that most people have a hard time trying to figure out how to get the spacers, the bolts, everything in there at once.
To this point, you've already done great work pulling off the factory mounts and spacers, etc., putting the LSX Innovations parts in place. They look great. It already looks faster sitting here on the engine stand, and now we're going to put in this AC compressor. Tell us what you're doing.
So this is a Sandin compressor. This is what this bracket's designed off of. And what I do is I stick a bolt all the way through just to hold this compressor in place.
There it is, using the force of gravity.
And then I slide my other bolts up until the point of needing the spacer. Grab my spacer. Sometimes, there you go. Push it through.
And here we go.
And we have our shoulder spacer on the end. And that's the 1-minute solution.
There
Put this guy on.
Now, what's the biggest challenge for people at home? I can imagine people are thinking, man, this is a project I'd really like to do. The idea that it's affordable, but what is their first step in terms of year, make, model to go with the LS power plant, and which brackets are used?
So they first want to figure out what engine they want to use. The truck engine is the most common swap because it's the most common to find in a junkyard. 5.3 is very popular.
This is a 6.0 for those that are interested.
As far as what they need to know is they need to figure out what they want to do as far as what engine they want to use, and then contact us and find out what mounts are the best for them. We have universal mounts that you can cut and weld in, place the engine anywhere you want, or we have our adjustable steel and aluminum mounts that go on just your normal GM clamshell mounts. Just make the swap super easy and simple. You just bolt it on the side of the block, put your mount on, drops right into place. And it being adjustable, you can move it front and rear wherever you want the engine.
That's what I like to hear. Easy, simple, a lot of fun, all CNC machined, and most importantly, made in America, correct?
It is. It's all made in America with American machines and American material. None of our material come from out of the country. They all are made by us.
That is tremendous. Making hot rodding easy, affordable, and I gotta say, it looks great also. If I open my hood, just like on this 67 Chevy 2, I want it to pop, I want it to look good, and all your stuff looks great.
Yeah, the thing that we love about this is we kept getting requests for our billet pulleys. So we just decided that, hey, might as well make them. People want them, let's give it to them. And they're awesome. They sell quite often. We offer billet pulley kits for Corvette, Camaro, and truck spacing, all pumps. You know, a lot of people love it because now they can buy the billet brackets, buy the billet pulleys, and do it all in one shot versus having to go to different companies for different pulleys, brackets, compressor, all that.
American parts made by American machines on an American engine. That is an American attitude. If this is what you're thinking about doing, hit them up on their website. I love what I am seeing. We got more Performance TV presented by Top Coat coming up, so stick around.
In 1879, attorney George Selden received a patent for what he called a road machine. He never actually made any cars, but the laws at the time allowed him to collect royalties from every American car manufacturer. Road machine was just one of the many names given to the cars of the day. It wasn't until a New York Times article in 1897 that the term automobile was introduced, and it stuck. More fun with automobiles coming up on Performance TV.
Performance TV coming from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Top Coat Personalization. It is the backbone of the car culture, and that includes Jeeps as well. Dave is in the house from PBI Customs, and that's what you guys specialize in.
Yes, sir. We do grill guards, sill plates, inner fender liners, half doors, bumpers, anything to do with metal fab, we do it custom. 99% of our products are custom. We do have some that are mass produced.
Very cool. Now, what's popular? What's popping out there?
Right now, they're the sill plates for the door guards. When you open your door, you know, or you take your doors off, go to the beach or whatnot, you got something there to personalize your Jeep.
And those are personalized, like how so? Do you do it custom for people?
We do it custom. We take their vision and put it on a piece of metal and bend it to fit and customize it to their color of their Jeep or whatever color they want.
And is that paint? Is that powder coat?
It is a powder coat. Everything we do is a powder coat.
It is going to last a very long time. And those things, how do they install?
They're installed by magnetics.
So anyone at home can put one of those?
Anyone can. My 5-year-old can do it.
That is excellent. Now, what we're going to do is install a fender liner, a little more complicated, but that is next level personalization.
Yes, sir. It takes a little skill, but anybody at home can do it.
Well, if I'm going to have anything to do with it, it can't be that skillful. Now, people want their vehicles to be their own. I talk about it's something that everybody wants. The Jeep community is really true with that.
Oh, yeah. We call them Jeeples. Everybody's got their own name for their Jeep. They all want to customize it to their own personality, and that's what we are out there for.
And the flagpole holder, that is something that you will see out there. People not only want to represent on their vehicle, but with their flags.
All right. A lot of Jeep people, they like to do the parades and charity events, and they like to fly their flags of their Jeep club they're in, or just be a patriot.
What I think is interesting is you make it easy. Like this, for instance, is a slip over the factory.
Right, this will actually go over the factory grill. You can do the cutout on the grill, like this one, the bars have been removed, or you can leave them on there. We also come out with a line that you can install a bar light inside it.
Well, what you guys got going on right here is very interesting. I can't wait to do the fender liner and see it on the vehicle. We're over here at the Rubicon with Keith from PBI. Keith, we're going to do the install. Tell us what's first.
We're going to remove one bolt that holds the fender in place.
All right, let's get on that. Now, these are aftermarket fenders, which means we got an extra step or two. It would be even easier with the stock fender.
Yes, it would. With the stock fender, we can use the factory bolt holes. These fenders cover up some of those holes, making us required us to drill holes through them.
All right, so we're going to have to drill a couple of holes. First thing, take that bolt out. Next thing,
set this up in place.
Fender liner goes up in here. Now, I love this one, and it obviously matches the front. It goes behind?
It goes behind.
It goes behind. All right. There you go. And I'll hold it in place. So you can see it already looks great. So we're going to use that factory bolt to locate it.
Right.
And then figure out where we need to drill our holes.
That's correct.
So someone at home can do this pretty easy.
Fairly easy in their own garage.
It would be nice to have a buddy over to help out, though.
It's helpful.
Some jobs are a one-man job. This is a one-plus kind of job. All right, so it's up in there now. How do we figure out exactly where we're going to mark these bolt holes?
We'll go through and figure out where the tab is behind it.
Oh, okay, you guys got a tab there already.
Right. And just drill through.
And the drill. Now, this is just a pilot hole, not the actual size, just doing a pilot hole.
Correct.
So we'll move on over to the other side, drill that pilot hole, which marks it both on the body and on the new fender liner. Then we can pull it back out and actually drill the holes in the tabs and insert those threaded inserts. Once they're in, and you don't even need to have the special tool, which it is nice to have that,
Right.
but once we get those in place, it's ready to go in. So let's do it. Get it up and in position and get one of these things started. There you go, Keith. Not your first rodeo. And just like with everything, you want to take it slow and nice and easy and get it in position, and then just like that, it's just 3 bolts. Now, do you recommend using Loctite or?
We don't. We use Loctite. Loctite seems to be hard if you ever want to pull it off, clean it.
Copy that. Yeah, thread locker is usually important. It's good. And you make it so easy that they can come out. You definitely would want to clean them and keep them as nice as is possible. So just like that, final one going in.
That's it.
And that is it. Fantastic job, Keith. Now, if that is something you're interested in, you're definitely going to want to hit their website. Make your Jeep your own. They've got it going on, and we've got it going on as well. So stick around for more Performance TV presented by Top Coat.
We hope you're enjoying this edition of Performance TV. When people hear the word Autobahn, they most likely think of German highways with no speed limits. But the German government sets speed limits in most areas at 130 kilometers per hour, or about 80 miles per hour. What percentage actually has no speed limits? 60% of the German Autobahn is wide open. Performance TV, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. VRE Track, vehicle recovery equipment. Tribotex, make your engine last longer. And by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever.
Welcome back to Performance TV, presented by Top Coat. Kathy Fisher not in, but we got Dave Dobson. Dave, your life, all about balance, and that's what we're going to talk about here today.
Oh, give me a minute. No, we're here to talk about tire balancing. I love balance in life. I love balancing with the tires. It's super important. It sounds like a little thing, but if you don't balance your tires, you're going to, of course, get a wobble. That'll be noticeable as you're driving. You'll feel it in your ride. But more important, it's going to wear your tire unevenly. And that means that it's going to wear faster, so you're going to go through tires a lot quicker. It's also going to heat it up, which is going to exacerbate that heating and cooling of the tires.
As much as we talk about performance, safety is really the underlying theme. You wear out your tires, you could experience a blowout. Let's say you're towing something very valuable, your car, your boat, your truck, your family. That's dangerous. So keeping your tires balanced, it's very important. And that's what we're going to talk about here today with a great product that has been around for a long time, Checkered Flag tire beads. The idea that they have had these beads for so long, balancing very large tires.
You got it. And of course, the old school way is to put weights on your tires, and that happens when you mount the tires, and a professional has to do that. Checkered Flag tire beads came along, and when you mount the tires onto the rims, you can actually put these beads in it, and it will balance the tire. The only drawback to that, if it really is a drawback, is that you have to take the tire and unmount it from the rim. Well, now there's a solution.
Exactly. Checkered Flag tire beads are great and still work very well if you are just mounting the tire to the wheel. But what if you've already got a set of tires on rims? Then what do you do now? There's an option. Checkered Flag tire beads liquid.
You got it, and it's super simple to use. Joe, even you could do it. We saw you doing it a few minutes ago.
Yes.
Yes, to the tire. How'd the process work?
Simple as this. Release the Schrader valve, let the air go out. Takes a second or two, and once it is all equalized, you'll attach the hose that they provide. You get caps with it, you get a valve stem tool, you attach the hose to the valve stem, you attach the hose then to the bag or the container of liquid, and let gravity do its thing. It takes a second or two to all enter the tire, and then you replace the Schrader valve and you're good to go. Now what's great about it is it's non-toxic, it will not freeze, and it will not destroy your wheel from the inside out. Those are all very important things, but what it does that is great is exactly what the checkered flag tire beads do. They equalize the weight. So if you have a tire that is out of balance, it will be balanced, and you will get all the great benefits, including a 15% reduction in tire temperature.
You got it. You're going to have less friction, which means less heat because the tires are balanced, and because it's a liquid, it is going to keep your tires cooler than even the regular tire beads.
Jeep tires, truck tires, big truck tires, trailer tires, motorcycle tires. Not really a sports car kind of thing with a low profile tire, but anything super large that is exactly in your wheelhouse. And they have a great kit. You get some caps, you get a tool, you get the liquid, and they've got all the information on their website for size of tire, how much liquid to use.
Well, just think about if you own a fleet or you have an RV or something like that. Of course, your tires need to be balanced. You're going to take them back to a tire dealer or a technician, and they're going to have to unmount it, rebalance it, whatever they do to maintain your tires. And with this, you can do it yourself. You can do it with a liquid. You can do it on all your fleet vehicles. It is going to save you money on the actual balancing, and it is going to save you because your tires are going to last longer, and as Joe said, they are going to be safer.
A smoother ride, safer, and an option. Obviously, the checkered flag tire beads still work if you're doing new tires on new rims, a new set, but if you've got a trailer or something that is out of balance and you want to fix that problem, the checkered flag tire beads liquid is going to get you down the road.
Well, that is all the time we have for this episode of Performance TV.
Just like that, it comes to an end. But hey, if you've got a product that you think will stand up to the Performance TV garage, you email Jeff at masterstv.com. And we've got a lot more great stuff coming up in the weeks ahead, so stick around. We'll see you next week on Performance TV, presented by Top Coat.